Hey there, White's faithful. How are those hearts pounding in the stands? Brace yourselves for an emotional roller coaster, because what's coming up will take you from heaven to hell in a matter of seconds. We've got explosive information about 3 developments that will revolutionize our beloved Leeds. Just imagine, our glorious team has just bulldozed their way back to the Premier League in spectacular fashion. But behind the scenes, an earthquake threatens to destroy everything we've built. A brilliant manager who guided the team back to glory might have his days numbered. That's right, the knife is on the table and someone's itching to use it. And it doesn't stop there, friends. A hero with a nose for goals is about to etch his name in club history. While in the transfer market, a spectacular midfielder could become the missing piece for our survival in the elite. Believe it, next season could be either paradise or hell for our supporters. But before we continue, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about our beloved Whites. And now, prepare yourselves to discover the historic goal scorer who carried our team on his shoulders when we needed him most, in a display of grit and talent that will never be forgotten. Ladies and gentlemen, the name you can't get out of your head, the man who made Elland Road explode with joy, Joel Perreault. The Dutch assassin wrote his name in golden letters in Leeds history with a surreal performance that catapulted our team back to paradise. Our striker entered the history books of English football by scoring 4 goals in a single half against Stoke City in one of the most dominant displays ever witnessed in the championship. Perreault simply demolished the opposition defense with 3 goals in the first 20 minutes of the match, the fastest hat-trick in the division since 2008. And he didn't stop there. Perreault hammered home a 4th goal still in the first half, becoming the first Leeds player to score 4 goals in a match since Ross McCormick in 2013, a living legend among us. Joel had a dry spell, a bit of a dip recently, but to his credit, he has got himself out of it, said Daniel Farke after the 6-0 victory that secured our promotion. He's proven priceless for us this season, but for a striker, goals are like a bottle of ketchup. It all comes out at once. The Whites humiliated Stoke 6-0 on that epic Monday afternoon, with Junior Firpo and Wilfried Gnonto also scoring in the historic rout. The masterful display from Manor Solomon providing the assist for Gnonto's header showcased the incredible talent in this Leeds squad. And as a result, the dream came true. Leeds is back in the Premier League, my friends. This wasn't just any promotion campaign, this was dominance at its finest. The Whites amassed an impressive 97 points, joint top with Burnley, but ahead on goal difference thanks to our devastating attack that scored 93 goals while conceding just 29. This Leeds team has even surpassed the points total of Marcelo Bielsa's 2020 championship winners. Now it's official. After 2 years of suffering in the 2nd division, Leeds United is back where it never should have left, the elite of English football. The celebrations have already been planned for Monday, May 5th, with an open-top bus parade through Leeds City Centre, starting at 1 p.m. A proper celebration that we couldn't have in 2020 due to the pandemic. But don't get too excited. While the party rages in the stands, a betrayal may be brewing behind the scenes. A bombshell change that could blow up everything we've achieved. Total bombshell. Even after guiding the team to the Premier League, Daniel Farke might have his days numbered as Leeds manager. That's right, supporters. Our German coach is under serious threat of dismissal in one of the most controversial and polarizing decisions in the club's recent history. Despite achieving promotion with a spectacular campaign, reaching 97 points with games to spare, the Americans at 49 years Enterprises, Leeds owners, are seriously considering replacing Farke before the Premier League season even begins. The reason? Doubts about his ability to keep the team in the top flight. The German's Premier League track record is concerning. When he managed Norwich, he suffered relegation in 2 seasons. In 49 Premier League games, he secured just 6 wins and 26 points from a possible 147. Chairman Parag Marat recently flew in for talks with Farke amid these growing concerns. The 49 ERS Enterprises Group, which now fully owns Leeds after buying out Andrea Radrizzani, is determined to establish Leeds as a stable Premier League club, and fears Farke might not be the right man for that mission. But would this be fair? Stuart Dallas, a club legend, doesn't think so. Let's not forget as well, He lost 3 of his best players from last season too. He lost Crescencio Somerville, Archie Gray, and Jorginho Rutter. To do what he has done this year again, he deserves so much credit. I think it would be really harsh to sack him. And that's not all. Rumors suggest that heavyweight names are already being considered to replace Fark, including the sensational Jose Mourinho. Yes, the special one is on the list of potential replacements, along with Kjetil Knutsen from Bodo Glimt, whose expansive kamikaze brand of football has won him 4 of the last 5 Eliteserien titles in Norway, and Edin Terzic, former Borussia Dortmund manager. The shocking news has split the fan base, with a recent survey showing that nearly 24% of fans would actually support Fark's dismissal. Despite the promotion, the final decision hasn't been made yet, but the atmosphere behind the scenes is one of maximum tension. The fans have already shown their support for the manager with chants during the 4-0 thrashing of Bristol City. But will it be enough? The plot thickens as we approach the final decision that could define our future in the elite. Fark himself has responded with typical class. I'm not sure how many managers Leeds had in the last 20 years, but it's a good effort if you last for 3 months. Once you sign a contract, there's lots of pressure, noise, expectations. On a weekly basis, someone is linked. It's nothing new. But amidst all this turbulence, a light appears at the end of the tunnel. Heavyweight reinforcements might be on their way to strengthen the squad for the Premier League. And one of them could transform our midfield into a war machine. Attention supporters, the revolution in Leeds' squad has already begun. While Daniel Fark fights to keep his job, Parag Marathe and the Whites management are preparing to flood Elland Road with £100 million in signings for the Premier League campaign. Everything has to be spot on with the decision-making in order to stay up in the first season. Not only in the first season, but to make sure you stay for good and make an established Premier League side, Fark explained. You have to be ambitious. You have to have a proper budget. We are working pretty hard to have a proper budget. And you have to make sure you improve in each department. The absolute priority? Strengthening the midfield. With Joshua Gilavogi almost certainly leaving and questions about Joe Rothwell's permanence, Leeds urgently needs new blood in the position, especially if Ethan Ampadu remains in central defence, alongside Joe Rodon in their Welsh Wall partnership. And the first name on the list has already been revealed, Anthony Dennis, the young Nigerian phenomenon from Turkish Super League club Göztepe. At just 20 years old, the midfielder has already received his first call-up to the Nigerian national team and has been impressing in Turkish football. He is a high-quality player, and it's not surprising that his name is being mentioned in the major leagues, declared Eddie Bonsu, the player's agent, practically flinging the doors open for a transfer. We are approaching everything with caution. As for his future position next season, we will make the best decision and see, in the end, all parties involved will be satisfied. For just £4.2 million, Dennis could become the Whites' first reinforcement for the Premier League, but the competition is fierce. Brighton, Jorginho Rutter's new club, St. Pauli from Germany, and Rennes from France are also interested in the Nigerian talent. But the real bombshell of the transfer window could be even more explosive. Gustavo Hummer from Sheffield United, one of the Championship's best midfielders, with an impressive 16 goals this season, is in Leeds' crosshairs. The problem? Everton has also entered the race for the Dutch star, complicating the Whites' plans. It'll be a war of offers for the player who could transform our midfield next season. Leeds fans still remember how Hamer dominated midfield battles throughout the season, and bringing him to Elland Road would be a statement of intent for our Premier League campaign. And to complete the package of signings, the most shocking name of all has emerged in the corridors of Elland Road, Ilkay Gundogan. Yes, the same player who lifted the treble with Manchester City. After an irregular season back in England following his stint at Barcelona, his contract might be open for negotiations. Imagine the impact of a player of this caliber wearing Leeds white. With the team needing reinforcements across the pitch, the club has also reportedly identified the goalkeeper position as the priority area. Current number 1, Illan Meslier, may be on his way out, with several Premier League clubs showing interest in the French shot-stopper. Finding a Premier League quality replacement will be crucial to Leeds' survival hopes. Several English players are also on the radar. with the club's recruitment team believing a core of domestic talent will be essential for navigating the challenges of the Premier League. Names like Calvin Phillips, a potential emotional return for the Leeds Academy graduate, and Tom Cannon from Leicester City have been mentioned as possible targets. Whites, the future is at stake. Whether we'll remain in the Premier League or return to the relegation nightmare, only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Leeds' management is committed to assembling a competitive squad to fight in the elite. With the addition of the club's exciting young talents like Largi Ramazani, who scored within seconds of coming off the bench against Bristol City, and Harry Gray, who has caught Tottenham's eye, Leeds could have the perfect blend of experience and youth to survive in the Premier League. The legacy of club legends like Billy Bremner, Peter Lormer, and Lucas Radebe weighs heavily on this team. But they've shown they have the heart and hunger to write their own names in Leeds United's storied history. The passion of the fans at Elland Road will be a crucial 12th man in the fight against relegation next season. And what do you think, supporters? Does Daniel Farke deserve to continue? Are Anthony Dennis and Gustavo Hamer the right signings? Would Gundogan be a possible dream? Comment below, like this video, and share it with the Whites Nation. The promotion parade is already scheduled, Monday, May 5th, in Leeds City Centre. A celebration caravan will tour the city streets to celebrate the triumphant return to the Premier League. Be there to show the power of our support. Maury Eisenberg, Chief Operating Officer at Leeds United, said, "We are thrilled to be able to celebrate our promotion to the Premier League with a parade across Leeds City Centre. Sadly, due to restrictions when we were last promoted in 2020, it wasn't possible for a bus parade to take place. So we're now delighted to be able to celebrate this promotion properly with our supporters. And the question that won't be silenced, with so many changes on the horizon, will we be able to survive in the Premier League or will we suffer relegation again? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, the Whites are back where they belong, and they're ready to fight for their place among the elite."